Hey there, MJ traders and investors. It's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Gold. Today's Thursday, August 25th. Hope you're having an awesome day out there. And in this short video, we're going to be doing some charting, some technical analysis on the ETF MSOS, the Advisorshares actively managed ETF that tracks all of the American operators in the MJ space. We confirmed a weekly uptrend today. We got over key resistance. We'll look at that and also starting the monthly bounce. Before we get to it though, make sure to smash the like, help support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, you'll be notified on any future videos. If you recall, I just did a video saying Green Thumb was targeting $20, also saying that I expected a big move on Cresco even though we had an earnings miss, and then I just did a video on Verano with a target of about $12 Canadian. And the reason why I'm so bullish is because we're seeing a lot of weekly uptrends confirm in the space, and now we're seeing the weekly uptrend with the low, high, higher low, and higher high on MSOS, and we did close over that resistance here today. So ultimately that's what I want to see is a weekly candle close over that $12.99 resistance this week. It's looking really good. We've got one more day left in the week tomorrow. And like I said, we're also starting the monthly bounce, breaking the high of the previous month. And we haven't really bounced since November, and we have no real resistance nearby until the EMA 12 here on the weekly time frame, and that's sitting at $19.28. But again, I am targeting some higher moves on a lot of our individual names. And if we just take a look at MSOS here on the daily time frame, we did top out right at the 100. So if we can close the daily candle over that 100 moving average, that 100-day moving average at 1358, we're likely heading up to 18. The 200-day moving average, I think a lot of names in the MJ space are going to be testing their 200-day moving average. It's been about a year, if not more, on a lot of our names since we've tested it, and usually we ebb and flow and we gravitate back towards it, right? We get extended to the downside, but then we get, we come back, test it as resistance, get above it, confirm it as support, and then we get extended to the upside, and then we just continue to rinse and repeat, right? We have nothing nearby until the 50 weekly moving average there as well at 2039. So I think $20 is easily doable for MSOS over the next couple of months leading into the fall. I do think October, November, into the midterm elections on November 8th, I think we're going to see fireworks leading into that. But look at the MACD and the stochastic going parabolic. We also had a PowBot algo buy alert go off on MSOS as well, and it's looking really, really good in terms of the weekly time frame. But like I said, lots of runway there. I think that we could easily be targeting $20, which is like I said, the 50 weekly, and also $19 is the EMA 12 monthly resistance as well. Starting the monthly bounce, so if you're looking for a position, not a bad entry here with a stop below the low here at 1008. So essentially we're confirming the weekly uptrend. Some people who are a little bit more aggressive tried to enter here on this higher low. That's what I would have done personally. You could have set your stop. You could have entered here, set your stop below the low here at $10, and essentially fairly low risk, and you'd already be up about 23% on that trade. That's what I would have likely done if I was looking for entries, but pretty much all my bags are packed right now in MJ land, and I've got mix of American operators. I've got a mix of Canadians. I've also got Canadian operators. I've also got retailers, ETFs. So MSOS is actually my biggest holding in the US in terms of American MJ holdings, and it tracks all of the major leaders in the US, right? So if you're not sure which stock to pick in the US, there's a ton of them. Something that you can consider, not telling you to buy, sell, or hold. This isn't financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only, but something to consider is MSOS that's actively managed, and it has a basket of them, right? So we're not 100% sure. We have a pretty good idea who the winners and losers could potentially be in the US, but it's still early, right? And they're not operating under a legal blueprint yet. So a lot of uncertainty still in that neck of the woods, right? So MSOS looking really good though. We have to keep our emotions in check though. We still are just barely starting the monthly bounce. I do think we could string together 2 or 3 months in a row of bullish months. So we could see 2-3 more green months in a row, in my opinion, of bullish momentum. But like I said, we still have to change the monthly trend, right? So we're in a weekly uptrend. This is great. We need to see a weekly close over $13 tomorrow. And then what I want to see on the monthly time frame before we call a bottom, before we get too excited, is we do the same thing like we did here on the weekly time frame. So we get the low, and then we'll scout a high wherever that ends up being, and then we'll scout a higher low, and then we'll need a higher high, right? So we'll be scouting a move like this, and then once we confirm the monthly uptrend, that's going to give us confidence that the bear market bottom is in. We're entering a new potential multi-year bull market, in my opinion. And I do believe that the next run in MJ is going to be absolutely electric. I think that a lot of all-time highs are going to be coming. When we saw February 2021, there was a few select names that hit all-time highs. Personally, I think on the next bull market, we're going to see, American operators, we're going to see Canadian operators, we're going to see retailers, ETFs, all of them hitting new all-time highs and price discovery. And like I said, leading into the fall, potential for safe banking. If you haven't seen my interview with Normal, Morgan Fox as well, political director there at Normal. They're a nonprofit that lobbies the U.S. government with regards to legalizing MJ, and they're a voice for responsible MJ consumers, very consumer facing. But I would encourage you to check that out because he gives a lot of great insight into the possibility of safe banking passing before the end of the year, what other thoughts he had on the industry and legalization as a whole. So again, I highly encourage you to check that out, but going to end it there. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. Always love hearing from you. We'll continue the conversation there. We can have difference of opinions as well. Drop the tribalism. That's something that I'm a big advocate for. We need to drop the tribalism in this space, right? There's going to be winners and losers both sides of the border. Like I said, I'm a big advocate of the American operators. I own MSOS, full disclosure. I'm super bullish on MJ over the next few months. I think it's going to be one of the best performing asset classes over the next 6 to 12 months and potentially beyond. I think we could be entering a multi-year bear market. But going to it there, again, let me know your thoughts and comments in the comments below. Appreciate you and appreciate you tuning in to today's video. If you could smash a like if you think I earned it here today, share the video with anybody that might find value, and you can also tick the bell, subscribe, all that stuff, and you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. All right, going to end it there. Have a great night. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. It's Rob with Power Group. We'll see you in the next video.